My beloved child, the truth is that not a single moment of your life has ever been accidental. The fact that you are still here, that your heart continues to beat and your soul continues to endure, is not because you are luckier than others or because you have never made mistakes. It is because I have protected you through every unseen battle. Even in the moments when you felt abandoned, lost, or broken, my hand remained upon your life. There were times when you believed you survived only because of your own strength, your own endurance, or your ability to hide the pain within you. But my child, without my quiet guidance, you would have fallen long ago. I carried you through nights filled with fear, through days when your spirit felt empty, and through struggles you never spoke about to anyone. Many storms were removed from your path before they could ever reach you. Your life is not a meaningless delay. Every extra day you have been given is a gift of grace and purpose. I know you once believed faith could only be seen in dramatic miracles, powerful signs, or moments so extraordinary they forced people to believe. You waited for thunder while ignoring the whisper. Yet I have always worked silently within the smallest moments of your life. I was there in the unexpected peace after your tears, in the strength you found when you thought you had nothing left, and in the people who stayed beside you when others walked away. Even the closed doors that disappointed you were often protecting you from paths never meant for your future. Do not think your mistakes have made you unworthy of love or guidance. I have seen every scar, every fear, and every failure, yet my love for you has never changed. Your struggles were not meant to destroy you, but to shape your heart, your wisdom, and your strength. So lift your head again and trust me with your journey. The pain you carried was never the end of your story. I am still guiding you, still protecting you, and still preparing blessings greater than you can imagine. One day you will look back and realize that even in your darkest moments, you were never walking alone. I did not test your faith by pushing you into an abyss, but by placing you in the middle of an ordinary life where days move slowly, quietly, and almost unnoticed. And it is that very routine that often causes the soul to fall asleep. You began to believe that if nothing remarkable was happening, then nothing divine was happening either. But my child, you were mistaken. Some of my deepest work takes place in silence, in seasons where nothing appears to change on the surface. While you were waiting for visible miracles, I was building unseen strength within you, shaping foundations deep inside, places your own eyes could never reach. Listen to me now with your fullest attention, not with ears that only react to noise, but with the deepest part of your soul. I do not come to fill you with fear or threaten you with darkness. I come to awaken you from the trance of postponement, the habit of believing there will always be more time, another tomorrow, another chance later. You convinced yourself that everything was fine, yet that false comfort slowly weakened your desire to seek me. You adapted to emptiness and called it peace. You accepted spiritual dryness and called it maturity. But I see the truth within you. I see the exhaustion you hide behind your smile, the thirst you try to ignore, and the longing for something real that no distraction has been able to satisfy. My beloved child, every second of your life unfolds within a sacred purpose you did not create. Not a single breath is wasted. Not a single morning arrives without meaning. Even on the days when you wake feeling tired, directionless, and uninspired, I am still beside you. I allow certain burdens so you will stop depending only on your own strength. I allow you to reach your limits so your heart will finally seek a source greater than yourself. The emptiness you feel is not proof that I have left you. It is proof that I am still calling you closer. There were dangers that came nearer to your life than you ever realized. Decisions, paths, and moments that could have changed your future completely. Yet quietly, without your awareness, I redirected your steps. I closed doors that would have wounded your soul beyond repair. Because you saw no disaster, you assumed nothing happened. But that silence itself was protection. I watched over you through nights when you slept unaware and through battles you never even knew existed. Even now, my hand remains upon your life, guiding you toward a future greater than your fear can understand. I did not test your faith by pushing you into an abyss, but by placing you in the middle of an ordinary life where days moved slowly, quietly, and almost unnoticed. And it is often that very ordinary rhythm that causes the soul to fall asleep. You began to believe that if nothing dramatic was happening, then nothing divine could possibly be taking place either. You measured my presence only through visible miracles, sudden breakthroughs, and moments powerful enough to shake your emotions. But my child, some of my greatest work happens in silence. While you were waiting for thunder, I was building foundations deep within you that your own eyes could never see. There were seasons where you thought nothing was changing. You woke up, carried your burdens, survived another day, and went back to sleep believing your life was standing still. Yet beneath the surface, I was shaping your heart. I was teaching you endurance through delays, wisdom through disappointment, and patience through unanswered questions. You mistook stillness for absence, but I have never abandoned you for even a single moment. Even in silence, I was working within the hidden places of your soul. Listen to me now with your fullest attention, not with ears trained only to react to noise, but with the deepest chamber of your spirit. I do not come to fill your heart with fear or to threaten you with darkness. I come to awaken you from the trance of postponement, the dangerous belief that there will always be more time, another tomorrow, another chance later. You kept telling yourself that everything was fine, that you could seek deeper purpose someday in the future. But slowly, without realizing it, comfort weakened your hunger for truth. You adapted to emptiness and called it peace. You accepted dryness within your spirit and called it maturity. You became skilled at surviving while forgetting how to truly live. But I see clearly inside you, my child. I see the exhaustion you hide behind forced smiles. I see the loneliness you rarely speak about. I see the quiet longing in your heart for something real, something eternal, something greater than another day merely endured. No distraction has been able to silence that thirst because it was never created by the world. It is the echo of your soul calling out for me. Every second of your life unfolds within a sacred order you did not design. Not a single breath you take is meaningless. Not one tear has ever fallen unnoticed. Even on the mornings when you wake heavy, directionless, and uninspired, I remain beside you. I allow certain struggles not to destroy you, but to loosen your dependence on your own strength. I let you reach the limits of your endurance so you will finally understand that human strength alone was never meant to carry the weight of your soul. Do not misunderstand the emptiness you feel. If I were truly finished with you, you would no longer feel that ache inside your heart at all. The thirst within you is proof that I am still calling you closer. The restlessness you feel is not punishment. It is an invitation. Deep inside, your soul knows it was created for more than routines, distractions, temporary pleasures, and endless worry. You were created to walk in truth, peace, purpose, and love far deeper than anything this world can offer. There were dangers that came far closer to your life than you ever realized. Situations were unfolding around you that could have completely changed your future. Small choices, hidden traps, moments that looked harmless on the surface, yet carried consequences your eyes could not foresee. But quietly, without announcing myself, I stood ahead of you, redirecting your path. I closed doors you desperately wanted open because I could see the pain waiting behind them. I removed people from your life whose presence would have slowly poisoned your spirit. I delayed certain opportunities because they would have led you away from the purpose prepared for you. You saw no visible miracle, heard no loud warning, and so you assumed nothing had happened. Yet that very silence was often protection. You do not realize how many disasters never reached you because my hand stood between you and destruction. There were nights you slept peacefully while battles were being fought over your life beyond your understanding. There were moments when despair nearly consumed you, yet somehow strength appeared again the next morning. That strength was not an accident. It was my mercy carrying you when you no longer had the power to carry yourself. My child, you have spent too much time believing your worth depends on perfection. You punish yourself endlessly for mistakes, failures, weaknesses, and moments where fear overcame your faith. But I have never loved you only at your strongest. I have loved you in your confusion, your doubt, your anger, your loneliness, and even in the moments when you questioned whether I was still near. Nothing about your brokenness has surprised me. I saw every scar before it existed, and still I chose to remain beside you. Stop believing the lie that you are too far gone, too lost, or too damaged to begin again. Growth does not happen instantly. Healing is not always loud. Some wounds close slowly in silence while the soul learns how to breathe again. Be patient with yourself. The same grace that protected you yesterday is still covering your life today. There will be moments ahead where you will finally understand why certain prayers remained unanswered. One day you will look back and realize that many of the things you begged to keep would have destroyed your peace. You will understand why some people walked away, why some opportunities disappeared, and why certain seasons felt unbearably slow. What felt like rejection was often redirection. What felt like delay was preparation. I know the world has taught you to constantly chase more approval, more success, more validation, more distractions to numb the emptiness inside you. But none of those things can heal a starving soul. Temporary things may entertain your mind for a moment, but they cannot bring lasting peace to your heart. That is why even after achieving certain goals, the emptiness still returned. You were never meant to build your identity upon things that fade. Come back to stillness. Come back to truth. Come back to the quiet place where your soul can finally hear my voice again. You do not need to have every answer before taking the next step. You do not need to become flawless before you are worthy of love. You only need the willingness to stop running from the deeper calling within you. Even now, while you read these words, I am closer than you realize. I have not abandoned your future. I have not forgotten your tears. I have not ignored the silent prayers you never spoke aloud to anyone else. I know the battles within your mind. I know the weight you carry behind your silence. And still, I tell you this with certainty. Your story is not ending in darkness. The chapters filled with pain, confusion, and waiting were never meant to destroy you. They were shaping your strength, your wisdom, and your compassion in ways you cannot fully understand yet. One day you will see how every season, even the painful ones, carried purpose hidden within it. So lift your head again, my beloved child. Do not surrender to hopelessness. Do not fall asleep inside a life that was meant to awaken your soul. There is still purpose ahead of you. There is still healing ahead of you. There is still joy you have not yet experienced, and peace you have not yet fully known. And when you finally look back at this season of your life, you will realize something that today you struggle to believe. Through every silent battle, every unanswered question, every lonely night, and every hidden tear, you were never walking alone. I held you through the days when exhaustion reduced you to moving forward only by habit, when your spirit felt too tired to dream and your heart struggled just to endure another day. You did not notice my presence because true protection is rarely loud or dramatic. It does not demand recognition or arrive with visible signs. Often, my greatest acts of love happen quietly, beyond what your eyes can understand. While you believed you were carrying yourself alone, I was sustaining you in ways you never fully saw. I also silenced voices that did not come from me. Some thoughts entered your mind disguised as reason, fear, or even your own inner voice. They whispered that you were not enough, that your dreams were too distant, and that your life was meant only for survival rather than purpose. Those thoughts did not attack loudly. They worked slowly, trying to weaken your confidence, drain your hope, and convince you to settle for less than what was meant for you. But before those lies could take deep root within your soul, I weakened their power over you. There were moments when you questioned yourself, wondering why certain desires suddenly faded or why plans you once felt certain about never fully came together. You thought it was weakness or indecision. Yet many times it was my hand protecting you from paths that would have wounded your spirit over time. I was guiding you away from choices that appeared harmless but carried hidden emptiness within them. My beloved child, I have protected you not only from visible dangers, but also from unseen battles against your mind, your peace, and your inner strength. Some attacks were never meant to harm your body, but to slowly wear down your spirit through waiting, discouragement, and silent exhaustion. Yet even through those unseen struggles, I never left your side. To discourage you through the slowness of the process, to make you believe that your perseverance is pointless. I stopped them before you could begin to believe that you were without worth. If you are still able to rise after moments when you felt you could not possibly stand again, it is not because you are stronger than others, but because I did not allow your appointed time to end sooner than what I had determined. And now I speak not by coincidence. This moment is not a random pause in the sequence of your days. It is a significant intersection where many things will be shaped for the road ahead. You may think that today is like any other day, that you are simply reading or hearing one more message and then returning to your familiar rhythm of life. But I tell you this, what you do with this moment will leave a deeper and more lasting mark than you realize. There are doors in life that do not open through force, talent, or dramatic actions, but through genuine listening and a willing heart. Some of the greatest transformations do not begin in outward circumstances, but deep within the soul, in moments so quiet they are almost overlooked. A single awakening within the heart can change the direction of an entire life. Once your spirit is truly stirred, it can no longer remain comfortable in the place it once accepted as normal. You have only a brief moment to decide how you will respond to this calling. Not because I am impatient, but because the human heart easily drifts back into sleep through comfort, distraction, and familiar excuses. If you ignore this voice, life will continue as it always has. You will still wake up, complete your routines, and move through your days. But deep inside, you will remain only half awake, not broken enough to seek change, yet not awakened enough to step into the deeper purpose prepared for you. My beloved child, I did not create you merely to survive by habit or endure life through silent resignation. I created you to live with awareness, with purpose, and with a heart fully alive. I want you to know why you rise each morning. I want you to understand that even in uncertainty, your life still carries meaning beyond what you can currently see. So let me reach the deepest part of you now. Do not listen only with a mind focused on logic, fear, gain, or loss. Listen with the part of your soul that has quietly longed for truth all along. You have spent too much time postponing the deeper matters of your spirit, convincing yourself that you will seek them later, when life becomes calmer, when you have more time, or when circumstances feel easier. But the truth is that the perfect moment you keep waiting for may never come. The calling within you is happening now. Your soul was never meant to remain asleep beneath routines, distractions, and temporary comforts. But my child, time alone does not make you ready. Waiting endlessly will not transform your heart, and postponing what your soul already knows will not suddenly bring peace. Readiness begins the moment you choose to respond to the calling placed before you. I am not asking you to understand every step ahead. I am only asking you to trust enough not to walk away. The moments unfolding in your life right now are not meaningless repetitions of yesterday. They are important moments where you must choose whether to rise into the deeper life I have been preparing for you, or remain trapped in familiar patterns that only feel safe because they are familiar. Yet that false safety has quietly stolen your peace, your passion, and your sense of purpose. I did not create you to live only by routine, fear, and habit. I created you for a life filled with meaning, awareness, and direction. I test your faith not because I enjoy your struggle or wish to see you suffer. I do not stand far away watching your pain without compassion. I allow pressure because faith that is never challenged remains only words spoken comfortably. True faith is formed when uncertainty surrounds you, and you still choose not to give up. Strength grows when you continue forward despite fear, confusion, and waiting. The difficult seasons in your life were never sent to destroy you. They were shaping your heart, teaching you endurance, wisdom, and trust in ways comfort never could. Some lessons can only be learned when the soul is stretched beyond what feels easy. So do not fear this process, my beloved child. Even now, through every challenge and unanswered question, I am preparing you for a life far deeper and more meaningful than the one you once settled for. A faith that has never been shaken cannot truly know what it stands upon. And a faith that has never been tested will never discover the strength hidden within it. You often believe faith is simply the feeling of peace when everything in life is going well, when answers arrive quickly, and every path seems clear. But true faith reveals itself most deeply when you continue walking forward without visible guarantees, trusting even when certainty cannot be seen. Many times you have asked in silence, "Why is everything taking so long? Why have my prayers not been answered yet? Why do the struggles I have carried for so long still remain?" My beloved child, I hear every one of those questions, and I do not condemn you for asking them. I know the weariness that comes from waiting. I know how heavy uncertainty can feel upon the heart. But you must understand something deeper than what your eyes can currently see. I do not delay because I lack power, nor because I have forgotten you. Everything unfolds according to a timing greater than human understanding. A timing connected not only to circumstances around you, but also to the growth taking place within you. What feels slow to you is often preparation happening beneath the surface. I do not withhold blessings to punish you or test your patience without purpose. I prepare the vessel that will carry those blessings, and that vessel is your heart, your character, and your spirit. If I were to place certain things into your hands before you were ready, what was meant to help you could instead become a burden too heavy to carry. So do not lose hope during the waiting. Even now, while you feel delayed, unseen work is taking place within you. The season of preparation is not empty. It is shaping you into someone strong enough, wise enough, and ready enough to receive what is meant for your life without losing yourself along the way. If I were to open every door before you were truly ready, what should have become a blessing could instead become a burden too heavy for your spirit to carry. A breakthrough given too early can crush a heart that has not yet learned how to stand firmly beneath its weight. My beloved child, I love you far too deeply to place something in your hands before your soul is prepared to hold it with wisdom, strength, and steadiness. You see only the surface of your days, the unanswered prayers, the unfinished struggles, the uncertainty, and the roads still hidden in mist. But I see far beyond what your eyes can understand. I see every decision, every moment of endurance, and every quiet battle shaping your future. Each time you continue believing while your heart feels weary, strength is being built within you. Each time you choose not to give up, not to harden your heart, and not to walk away from hope, your foundation grows deeper than you realize. What feels like standing still is often growth happening beneath the surface. Some of the deepest transformations cannot be seen immediately. Just as roots grow silently underground before a tree rises strong above the earth, your spirit is being strengthened in ways invisible to human eyes. Faith that has never been shaken cannot stand firmly when real storms arrive. A tree untouched by strong winds never grows roots deep enough to survive difficult seasons. In the same way, faith that has never been tested will struggle under greater responsibility. I am not preparing you only for small victories or temporary comfort. I am preparing you for moments where your strength, wisdom, and courage will help not only yourself, but others around you as well. That is why I sometimes allow the winds to blow, not to destroy you, but to deepen your roots, not to weaken your spirit, but to reveal the strength I have already placed within you, even now, through every challenge. That is why I allow the ground beneath you to tremble at times, not to destroy you, but to drive your roots deeper into me. My beloved child, you often think that if I truly loved you, I would remove every obstacle, silence every storm, and make every road easy. But true love is not found in a life without struggle. True love is guiding you through difficulty so you may grow into the person you were created to become. I do not want you to spend your entire life living in a state of just enough, never discovering the depth of strength, faith, and purpose hidden within you. Comfort may feel safe, but a life built only around safety slowly weakens the soul. I do not want you to look back one day filled with regret, realizing you stood so close to transformation yet turned away because fear convinced you not to take one more step. Right now, these moments are quietly asking something important from you. Not a loud decision seen by the world, but an inner choice that will shape the direction of your spirit. You can choose to rise in faith even while your knees tremble, even while uncertainty surrounds you. Or you can continue delaying, continuing the same familiar cycles, while hoping tomorrow will somehow become different on its own. But my child, tomorrow does not change unless something within you chooses differently today. I am not here to force you or push you against your will. Love does not control. I stand beside you patiently, calling you forward while giving you the freedom to respond. The next step must come from your own heart. So remember this clearly whenever waiting becomes difficult. I am not restraining your breakthrough to punish you. I am strengthening you so you can sustain the very thing you have been praying for. What is coming into your life requires deeper roots, stronger faith, and a steadier spirit. And through every challenge, every delay, and every uncertain moment, I am preparing you for it. My beloved child, I am not delaying your future. I am enlarging your heart so it can carry the blessings I have prepared for you. You see only this present moment and wonder why things seem slow, but I see your entire journey from beginning to end. I know who you are becoming, and because of that, I am never rushed and never late. What feels like waiting is actually preparation. What feels like testing is building maturity. What feels like shaking is creating a stronger foundation beneath your life. On the other side of this season is not loss, but stability, wisdom, and the fulfillment of the purpose I have planned for you long ago. Pause right now and listen carefully, not only with your mind, which is used to analyzing and worrying, but with the deepest part of your spirit where my truth can take root. I am not speaking to add more thoughts to your mind. I am speaking to light a lamp within your heart. Some words are quickly forgotten when heard only with the ears, but when they are received by the Spirit, they become life. Let these words settle deeply within you. Trust me with what you cannot yet understand. I am shaping you with love, strengthening you with patience, and preparing you for blessings greater than you can imagine. The season you are in is not a punishment. It is a process, and when the time is right, you will step into the life I have prepared for you with a heart that is whole, strong, and ready to receive all that I have promised. I know you have been stretched thin by the constant noise surrounding your life. The noise of work, responsibilities, pressure, disappointment, and expectations that never seem fully satisfied. Day after day, your mind has been pulled in so many directions that you have slowly grown accustomed to living without truly listening to your own soul. In the middle of all this exhaustion, you began surviving on routine instead of peace. And my beloved child, the enemy often works most effectively in that kind of noise. He does not always arrive with obvious destruction or dramatic attacks. Many times he comes quietly through endless distraction, constant weariness, and repetitive thoughts that slowly drain your spirit. He fills your mind with exhaustion so deep that you no longer have the strength to seek deeper truth or ask the questions that awaken the soul. He rarely speaks through obvious lies. Instead, he whispers questions that sound reasonable enough to believe. If God truly cares, why are you still struggling? If he loves you, why does life still feel so heavy? If he is speaking, why do you hear only silence? But understand this clearly, my child. Those questions are not meant to lead you toward truth. They are meant to make you stop searching altogether. The enemy wants you to mistake silence for abandonment. He wants you to believe that because you cannot immediately feel my presence, I must have walked away from you. But silence is not always absence. Some of the deepest seasons of growth happen quietly. There are moments where I allow stillness so your spirit can learn to listen beyond emotions, beyond fear, and beyond the need for constant visible signs. I am teaching you to recognize my presence even when life feels uncertain. I am teaching you to trust not only in moments of comfort, but also in moments where faith must stand without immediate reassurance. Surface emotions rise and fall, but deeper trust grows slowly through patience and endurance. I do not disappear when you feel nothing, my beloved child. I do not abandon you when the excitement fades, when emotions grow quiet, or when your prayers no longer seem filled with immediate answers. In fact, some of my deepest work happens in the very moments you believe I am silent. I am removing your dependence on constant noise, strong feelings, and visible signs so you may learn to recognize my voice even when it comes as a whisper within your soul. The enemy has often tried to distort the way you see me. He has used painful relationships, disappointments, rejection, and broken trust to convince you that I, too, will fail you. He uses long seasons of waiting to make you believe I have forgotten you. He uses closed doors and unanswered prayers to whisper that I have turned away. Slowly, through discouragement and weariness, he tries to reshape your understanding of my love. But my child, not every painful season enters your life to destroy you. Some things I allow because they remove the layers of fear, pride, distraction, and false dependence that keep you from hearing me clearly. Certain losses reveal where your heart was placing its trust. Certain delays teach you patience. Certain storms awaken a deeper faith that comfort alone could never produce. No attack against your life goes beyond my awareness or permission. Not because I enjoy your suffering, but because I see the greater purpose your soul is being prepared for. Growth often happens in hidden places, through moments you do not immediately understand. You cannot learn to recognize my voice only when life is calm and easy. You must also learn to hear me in the middle of storms. When confusion surrounds you, when fear grows loud, and when the winds of uncertainty crash against your heart, my voice does not compete with the noise around you. My voice moves through it, quietly, steadily, and faithfully. I continue guiding you even when the storm tries to convince you otherwise. If this message touched your heart, know that God is speaking to you right now. Type Amen in the comments if you believe God is working in your life. And if this message brought you peace, share it with someone who needs God's love today. Subscribe to this channel to receive daily messages of hope, faith, and God's guidance. May God bless you, protect you, and fill your heart with peace. Remember, you are never alone. God is always with you.